What's up, guys? My name is Broke, and today I'm bringing you all my updated Vehicroid deck profile for May of 2024. I've made a lot of changes to the list. It's made the deck a lot more consistent, and you have much more of a variety of possible plays you can go into. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. First of all, I have 3 Dragonroid, incredible card as a searcher, and it's basically a free Expressroid, or you can add anything else you might need. 3 Mixeroid, this card is incredible. It brings out a non-roid monster, and then it has the graveyard effect to fusion summon, which pairs nicely with your Barbaroid plays, for example, where you want to go in for the kill. And it's also a really good machine duplication target. 3 Expressroid, again a great machine duplication target, and can add you back from the grave 2 Roid monsters. This isn't even once per turn, and it's good for, recursion and other plays like that. For the rest of the Roid monsters, I run the 1 Drillroid, the 1 Steamroid, and the 1 Submarine Roid, as it's a small Vehicroid package. Now for the rest of the monsters, I run the 2 Keeper of Dragon Magic. This card is good, adds you an instant fusion, a ready fusion, or polymerization. Unfortunately, since you have some plays that don't require you to fusion summon, this card's a bit bricky at times, so I decided to cut it down to 2, and it's pretty good so far, so at this ratio. For the non-engine, 3 Regulus. This card's a free summon, basically a free negate, and it pairs really well with Megaroid City, since Megaroid City can't pop the equipped monster. Therion Regulus will still keep his negate, and you get a free search, so it's really good. Lastly, I ran the 2 Ecclesia. I ran a small Dogmatica package because it makes the deck have much more of a punch to it, a better attacking game plan, and it makes it a lot more consistent to the boards that it can create. For the spells, I ran the 3 Megaroid City. Great card. Not only can it search you, but search you any Roid monster or card. It can also switch the attack and the defense of Roid monsters when battling. So for example, if you bring out Mobile Base, one of the best cards in the deck, suddenly you have 5k attack. For the fusion spells, I ran the 3 Polymerization, the 3 Power Bond, and the 1 Connection Zone. The only reason I ran the Connection Zone, even though it's pretty bad, since you can only fusion summon Vehicroid fusion monsters, is because it's searchable through Megaroid City. And as for Polymerization and Power Bond, I think the ratios are fine that way, although you could cut the 1 Polymerization for something that better suits your playstyle or your needs from a deck. Moving on, I ran the 3 Ready Fusion and the 1 Instant Fusion. Since you already have the targets in the extra deck, it's a pretty easy way to bring out Mobile Base, since you need any of the fusion spells, 1 spell to fusion summon, and a Roid monster, and that's it. So it's pretty easy to do so, and I think that they are a must at those ratios. 3 Machine Duplication, since you have a lot of targets in the deck. Dragonroid can search you Expressroid, Expressroid is a target, and Mixeroid is a target itself. And it pairs, and even if you draw 2, since you have Mixeroid, you can use Mixeroid's effect to special summon another Roid monster from the deck, bring out Expressroid, and then Machine Duplication again. Lastly, I ran the 2 Pot of Desires and the 1 Nadir Servant. The desires are more here for consistency. Obviously, if you have the prosperity, run prosperity over desires, since this can cost you times, and Nadir Servant, it's okay. You, you have it because of the Dogmatica package. For the traps, I ran the one Emergeroid Call and the one Dogmatica Punishment. Emergeroid Call is great, although it can be bricky if you play it at more than two. And Dogmatica Punishment is really good since it's searchable of Ecclesia. For the extra deck, I ran the one Vehicroid Jumbo Drill. It was the boss monster of Cyrus, so of course you have to run it. It's not often that you bring this out, but still it's good. Two mobile base. This card, as I said, is basically the fusion boss monster of the deck. This not only has 5k defense, which can switch to 5k attack, but it also brings out a Roid monster that has an attack equal or lower to an opponent's monster. So it's really easy to swarm the field that way. And two, per Psychroid. Not only is it a great instant fusion target, it also allows you to attack your opponent directly. So if you have 5 Roid monsters in the graveyard, you can use Mixeroid's effect to fusion summon and bring this out to attack and, go for game. For the rest of the Roid fusions, I ran the one Steam Gyroid as a red fusion target. You can bump it up to 2 if you want. The one Barbaroid, because this card is great at closing games off. It can attack twice, and if you pair this with Power Bond, it has 8k attack with 2 attacks. And lastly, the one Super Vehicroid Stealth Union, and I have it mostly for the corner cases where you want to set through Keeper of Magic one Expressoid from the grave, since it mentions it. And you can also take it back to your hand through Mobile Base, which switches place with a Roid monster and takes it back to your hand. Then I ran the two entities, one for the punishment and one for Nadir Servant if it ever comes up. It's good to have two, and at the end of the day, if you have prosperity, you can banish the one that way. Lastly, for the non-fusion monsters, I ran the one Gigant X. It's the only Xyz that I ran, and it's pretty good. It can come up through your combos, and I don't see a reason why not to have it. One cross ship, because if you pair this with instant fusion, for example, it's great. One IP Masquerena, in case you special summon Ecclesia on your turn, you already have this up and you can link summon on your opponent's turn. One Nightmare Unicorn, in case it's ever needed. And lastly, the one Apollousa, which actually can be brought out through your combos and machine duplication plays. So it's really good to have in the deck. That's it.